Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CUNY in the Heights Hostos Community College. My name is Seni Tavares. I'm Executive Director. I wanted to apologize for beginning a little late, but we were ready to begin. It's just that our guests had not arrived, so I apologize for that. Today we celebrate the 173rd anniversary of Dominican independence. After years of parading down the Avenue of the Americas, contributing to cultural palette of New York City, and molding some of its most prominent neighborhoods, like Washington Heights, Dominicans in the Big Apple have monumental reason to break out their flags. Governor Cuomo officially proclaimed January 21st through February 27th, also Dominican Independence Day, Dominican Heritage Month. The set of weeks aimed at honoring the legacy, contributions of New York's thriving Dominican community also largely coincides with the month of the island, El Mes de la Patria. During the observance of Dominican Heritage Month, our state's Dominican communities host activities that promote awareness of their culture, heritage, through our religious and patriotic celebrations, such as the national observance of La Virgen de la Altagracia, Our Lady of High Grace. The birth of Juan Pablo Duarte, founding father of the Dominican Republic, and the 173rd anniversary of Dominican independence, which was officially attained February 27, 1844. In doing so, they help reinforce the Empire State's reputation as a cultural capital of the world and invite all people to join recognizing their histories, customs, and good display throughout the year, reads the official proclamation of the governor and previous governors. So today we celebrate 4 outstanding community members that have, through their work in journalism, in the arts, in public life, and in education, have done an amazing job contributing to the Dominican community. So we're very proud of their work, and that's what CUNY in the Heights is doing today, celebrating them as community members that really display what Dominicans are about in the city of New York and in the state. So again, welcome, and a big round of applause for them. So we would like to ask all of you to please stand so that we can do both the American National Anthem and the Dominican National Anthem. good friend and a very good friend of the community. Some people say that a person doesn't need an introduction. I think that, and I know that Councilmember Rodriguez deserves an introduction. He has been an advocate for this community when it comes to housing issues. The budget has been incredible since he became council member. He has brought a lot of funding to our community. In addition to that, he has brought together all of the leaders to create a committee to redefine what our community should look like. He has been an advocate in education. He now is the chair of the Transportation Committee. He is a hero to our community. And I've had the privilege of working with Councilmember Rodriguez. And I don't have to say great things now because I am not working with him, but I can tell you this. I have not seen a leader work so hard for his people, for the entire nation to that event. I can't forget how we mostly saw him and he stood out. It's very difficult to say no and to get the resources needed in the community, but when we had the 1% in Wall Street, he was the leader in that movement. And it's very easy to be popular, but he can say no and he can take the heat when it comes to defending his community, and I appreciate that and we appreciate that. So without further ado, Councilmember Rodriguez.
Por favor. You know, who are Dominicans? Because I see people who here who are not Dominicans, but you know, Dominican Republic is like New York City and in the United States. We are a place made by immigrants. You know, back in the Dominican Republic, we had the Jews. The Dominican Republic was the only country who welcomed the Jews, when no other countries received them, and they are in Sosúa, Puerto Plata. And Dominican Republic welcomed many members of the Arab community who also established themselves there. Dominican Republic has welcomed the Vicini, who are mainly from Italy, spread to Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. And the Dominican Republic welcomed Pepín Corripio, who he left Spain, his family left Spain more than 100 years ago with nothing. And today they are one of the most wealthy sector in the Dominican Republic. And Dominican Republic is we not only come from Spain. At 215 in Broadway, you see the name Juan Rodriguez, the first known Native American who established here in New York City in 1613, left by the Dutch. And the Dutch paid him a few hatches and they came back a year after. He was doing business with the Native American. So that's why when you meet any successful Dominican, like you say, that Dominican owned 20, 25 supermarkets. That Dominican started with a little bodega. And working hard, they've been able to make it. And this is the same Dominican that we were when Juan Rodriguez, a free black man, was used by the Dutch to translate in 1613. And his name is here, 216 in Broadway, which we were able to get Bloomberg to connect the street, 181st and Ann in Broadway, Dykeman in Broadway. So, you know, only someone that has some mental issues doesn't recognize that many countries, such as the United States, have been built by immigrants from all over the world, and Dominicans also, we are immigrants. So let's congratulate who we are. But we also inherit the same blood of gente que josea, gente que se puede, gente que no tira la batalla, gente que aquí al parte de esa generación que se quedaron sin el pan más importante que Dios nos puede dar, que es la educación académica. Mi papá, que firmaba con una X, pudo ser abogado, pudo ser ingeniero, pudo ser arquitecto. Y esa es la realidad de doña Juanita, la mamá de Juan Villar, que vivía en un lugar en Baní. Se llamaba la casa del barrio de cartón. No porque eran casas de cemento, es porque eran de cartón donde él vivía. Es porque la realidad de Ceni, cuando su familia vivía en Colorado, es la realidad de todos nosotros. Venimos con la P, no de picnic. como dice el amigo de nosotros, sino de pobreza, pero pobreza con orgullo, pobreza de trabajar, pobreza de cuando damos la palabra la cumplimos, pobreza que cuando decimos, mi hijo, dime quién te dio eso que traíste a la casa, había que darle explicación. So in 2017, we celebrate the Dominican Heritage Month with great Dominicans, but they represent what most of the Dominicans are. Most of the Dominicans are what the same immigrant. You can be Italians, Greek, Jewish, Arabs. Most of us, we are good people. We have few apples everywhere, but we are great people. Nosotros, la mayoría de todos los grupos étnicos, somos gente trabajadora, somos gente luchante y somos gente pujante. And that's why we are part of what New York City is. 1 de cada 8 neoyorquinos en la ciudad de Nueva York es dominicano. 1 in each 8 New Yorkers in our city is Dominican. We are close to 700,000 from 8.5 million residents in our city. So when we are compared of people from different countries, we are the largest number. Aplauso, ¿verdad que sí? Porque eso es importante. Somos el grupo mayor en esta ciudad. But we cannot be selfish. No group, no one make them by themselves. We are stronger when we are together. We are successful when we are together. And it means everyone. So for me, you know, Seni, friends for 30 years, as many of you, we know each other. We have great leaders that have been here for decades. We have new leaders in the community, as the new principal at Luperón High School, who took over Juan Villar, who been the founder and had the opportunity to be co-founder with her. And we know that the new leadership will take Luperón High School to a higher level. We have Isolda, who is there also working so hard, being sure that the media not only portray we, the working class, we can be Black, Asian, Latinos, and Dominican as drug dealers, but to be sure that we highlight the beautiful story of a taxi driver who's working so hard, sending these 2 kids to graduate from Princeton and Cornell. As another lady who is selling pastelito, that been seeing his daughter being graduated from CUNY, from SUNY. So, un día muy importante, hemos logrado muchas cosas. I'm sorry that I can't stay for the whole program because I gotta go to Brooklyn. But thank you, Seni. Let's give Seni a big round of applause for bringing us together and take this credit. Felicidades a todos.
Thank you very much. Thank you kindly, Councilmember Rodriguez. And very fitting, as we celebrate Dominican independence, we've also celebrated that we have a young woman who's very smart, competent, now in the Assembly. She represents the 72nd District. And I also had the privilege of working with this young woman who is now representing us in Albany. Please welcome Assemblywoman Carmen de la Rosa.
Buenos dias, good morning, or afternoon at this point. It's an honor to be here. I want to first say que estamos de celebración. We are celebrating our heritage. We are celebrating la Quisqueya la Bella. Oh, this is not working? Okay. Quisqueya la Bella, and I am very proud to have been born in the Dominican Republic. Last night, we had an amazing concert, and el maestro Rafael Solano said, en la República Dominicana hay de todo. In the Dominican Republic, we have a little bit of everything. And it's an honor to really be able to stand here before you, a product of this community, a product of the education of my parents and the sacrifice of my parents, who also immigrated here from the Dominican Republic without speaking any English to this day, and being able to work 2-3 jobs to make sure that I was able to follow my dreams and that I was able to get an education.